What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Filsinger Games Character Spotlight with Mike and Brock.
Mike.
I'm Brock, and once again, 3 weeks in a row, we're joined by Jeff Manning, whoever
Your
that is.
your favorite guest that you never knew you always wanted.
It's true. And tonight we're going to continue covering Civil War 2099 with some real heavy hitters here. Pollux and Ursa Major.
Yeah. And
He's very happy.
He's happy to be there.
He is.
He's like, I'm a Titan.
I got the t-shirt.
We know you are, guy.
And belt buckle.
and this is also our 104th episode.
Ooh.
Which means it's our 2-year anniversary show, all rolled into one.
I wish I would have known I would have brought kazoos and streamers.
Nothing says 2-year anniversary like this guy.
He's a legendary character.
He is. He's named after his planet. Pollux.
We'll start with this guy.
Pollux.
Pollux. We'll start with him.
I love him.
This is one of my favorite Bendis' drawings.
Oh, it's a great drawing. And I love aliens in the game. We've talked about that several times on the show. But is this guy the worst card that was ever made as far as in-ring ability? Is there anyone worse?
And I also love his finisher.
Pin using ropes.
Yep. Classic.
Should have a disqualification on it, though.
No.
I don't think it should have a DQ.
The referee just makes you break it.
Yeah, it should have a getting caught mechanism. Where he's like, hold on, nope, 2.
DQ. His DQ is only 3.
Yeah. He's a very nice guy.
Let's take a look at the bottom of his card. We always gloss over this, but he has a C in every category.
Mm-hmm.
A +4 in both power and agility. A cage rating of 9, but his DQ is only 3. So the ref lets him get away with a lot because he feels bad for him.
Well, I think the idea is he doesn't get a lot of offense in, so
yeah,
chances are he's not going to get DQ'd.
On his level 1 offense, he has 4, count them 4, agility and power checks.
That he's going to lose.
Repeat, his agility and power are both +4. So that's basically 4 pretty much guaranteed switches on level 1 offense, where the opponent takes over on level 2. So this little guy, he has a rough time at it.
He did get a win in my Fed, though.
Nice.
I believe it was over the Creeper.
Okay.
But he got a win. I know he got at least one win. Does he have a Pollux pile driver, too?
He does. It's a level 3 move on...
I think that's 2. The move he's won with.
Okay. Yeah, you could catch somebody off guard with that.
Now, what I did with him was a little different, because somebody at the Galacticon, and I can't remember who, did not like this character, didn't like the art, didn't like the character, didn't want him, and said they were going to throw the card out. So I took it. And so I made a tag team. And I called them Pollux 1 and Pollux 2. And they're like, they're my version of the Cruel Connection in the early NWA days. And I gave them the same gimmick as the and I wrote some tags on their cards so they could tag in and out.
He has 1.
Yeah, I gave him a couple more. And I gave them the same ability as the Demons of Hydra.
Switch.
The switch.
So they could switch out. Doesn't mean they've won.
Just means one of them could take a beating instead of the other one.
Yeah. I think they've got 1 tag team win, but they're also facing guys of that level, like they're taking on Eagle and those level from the green bash sets.
Mm-hmm.
So that's who they were feuding.
I think they'd even struggle with those guys.
Oh no, they do. They don't win. Like I said, I think they've won once.
So I just want to point out that I'm the only one here that has not used a tag team of wrestler with himself.
Yeah, you made fun of me. You did it on purpose.
You have Comrade Terror and Dreadnought together. Now you've got Pollux 1 and Pollux 2, which I never combined the same wrestler with himself as a tag team. So I've got one up on you guys there.
Yeah. I just went, this could be fun. A complete jobber, because after Meteor Storm retired, I didn't have a jobber tag team.
Mm-hmm.
But those guys were comedic jobbers, at least. Black Hole Bart and Astro Turk were kind of fun to write for at times.
These guys are my comedic low level. Not comedic. They try to be serious,
I feel like Pollux was more of a serious one than
Yeah.
Black Hole Bart and Astro Turk, but he just wasn't good.
Yeah.
No.
In mine, he just gets frustrated a lot and kind of gets some random scenes with the commissioner and throws a fit because he doesn't get any credit for his hard work, but he just gets owned every time I put him in a match.
I love cards like this because when they do win, it's such a big deal, and it could be like the most insignificant match that you on your card, but if they pull off a win, it's automatically a moment.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's why I think I love cards like this.
it's the Barry Horowitz.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, right now, they are my team of Pollux 1 and Pollux 2 are feuding a team of Gila and Brock's character Illustrious.
So Brock made a character that's on that level.
No.
No.
It's a little above it, but not by much.
Yeah,
I'm not talking.
card.
I'm not talking the colorized version yet. I haven't got to the colorized version yet. I just
The
got
colorized
that
version is pretty beefy.
Yeah. But the other one has, I think, 5 downs on level 3.
I think it's 3. He has 3 on 3, 2, 1 on 2, so he has 4 total on his card.
Yeah.
But his offense isn't much to shake at, so it's got a good level 2 offense, but no level 3 to just a finisher that's a 50-50 shot.
Pollux is one of those guys that I would have one of those beat the clock challenges at GWF and at
I
the
remember
Galacticon with. I did it with Ursa Major actually originally when he came into the Fed, but it'd be fun to redo it with Pollux.
Who can roll 6 first?
Yeah.
When we've done the beat the clock challenge, I've always taken Mr. X. Because the finisher is an automatic. Ooh, I win fast. I can get pinned faster than anybody.
Do you want to hear the Pollux, what do they call it, profile?
Well, see, and with me, so when he does combine to become 9th degree, there's a reason why he has 2 heads.
There you go.
This is why that was the other reason why I did it. I'm like, because suddenly dude just got 2 random heads. Now there's a reason for him to have 2 random heads.
Mm-hmm.
We did go in the Transvolver, and we don't know enough about the Transvolver to what's going to happen and what's not.
Nobody else showed up with 2 heads.
Doesn't mean it couldn't happen.
Only other time a tag team went in, he came up with 4 arms.
I mean, as a fan of comic books and whatnot, you guys should know that you can get hit with the same blast and all come out with a different superpower.
Yeah. What if that was Monad's head?
Yeah.
Because they went in with 2, came out with 1.
Just a random head floating around in the.
It was hanging out in the chamber.
Yeah.
Had to attach somewhere.
I think we figured out one of the greatest mysteries in the game.
You heard it here, folks, right here, right now. Non-confirmed by Tom, but we're assuming we're always right. You want his profile yet?
Sure. Let's hear it.
All right. His status, it says, promoter. Don't tell this to Pollux, but he's replacing Ursa Major as our lovable preliminary bum.
Aw.
Finisher, Pollux, desperate for a win here and there, resorts to his pin using ropes move. While the referee is looking at the opponent's shoulder, Pollux puts his legs on the ropes for leverage. His background as you mentioned, aforementioned, Broc, Pollux is named for the star system he represents, though few in his star system admit it. Pollux, though agile and strong by normal standards, has no real strengths in the competitive world of GWF wrestling. Let's keep an eye on him and see how or if he develops. So, I mean, I guess the real take from me here is that even though he's a +4/+4, we're supposed to believe that he is better than the average human or the average creature. It's just in GWF terms, he's rather weak and slow.
Yep. That's why you don't mix legends in GWF.
I guess I never really realized that.
He should be able to massacre anybody from the legends.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Pollux versus Andre the Giant coming your way.
Pollux would win.
Definitely, without a question. He automatically becomes +5/-5.
And should we just assume that Pollux didn't wrestle much in your Fed there, Brock?
He actually did.
Oh,
I
Not
love the
lost in
undercard
the shuffle.
guys.
Oh,
He never. I can't remember him ever winning though.
it only took 104 episodes. We finally have someone that's not lost in the shuffle for Brock, and it's Pollux. Who had Pollux on their bingo card?
Anybody who knows me should have.
Lovable loser.
Yep, just like me, except the lovable part.
that's not too bad then. So no titles to speak of, eh?
No, never.
No, not even in the picture. I doubt he even had a chance at a title.
Well, since it's Pollux and we gotta power creep his card, we'll do. You have two things.
Okay. I'm going to make the Bulldog on level 3 at the 3 spot at level 3 move. And I'm going to make his ropes a B.
What about you, Jeff?
I mean, I think I gotta get that pin lower than what it is. If I can make it a normal pin, like a 6/3 or something.
Even at that, he's still getting pummeled because of those
Yeah.
4 downs.
That's I don't know if it's worth getting rid of a down or if you need to have more offense. I feel like having more offense would allow him to surprise somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Could we get rid of one of those choice chart or power or agile moves and give him a 3 on level 1 as like a 6 roll on level
There
1?
you go. You can do that.
At least that way he might be able to surprise somebody all of a sudden.
I
think
like
that's
that.
it.
That's fair.
I'd almost follow Brock's. I'd give him except just to make him completely different, I'll give him a 0 agility and then an A rope. That way he could catch people in a sunset flip and then go for that finisher pin. Because he looks like he could be quick.
He looks like an athlete. He's no schlub.
So he's definitely an athlete, just not comparative to GWF athletes.
True.
Against
he's got a great body.
He must work out.
He's a body guy.
He's straight roided out. It's all from a can. It's all from a shot. He doesn't have any real strength.
He's almost like the CM Punk. He's a skinny fat. Yeah.
Well, he's got abs, though.
Look at this guy.
He's cut. I mean, I think honestly, I'm just putting this out there. He's built like KO Keller.
He is. It's him.
It's like the same body type. He's just got a mask on that makes him an alien and some weird, funky looking arms there at the bottom.
What color would you put him? I have him as gray.
I would say gray as well.
I thought he was green, like a light green, like maybe a whiter kind of green into a darker green as you got out towards the arms and limbs and stuff.
Let's see. They have him gray on the wiki with purple eyes.
Is there a color version of him yet?
No, not yet.
I mean, there is online.
Yeah.
Online has everybody colorized.
Can we bring up his colorized version?
I'm looking it up,
at some
but
point. We used to throw up colorized versions of people.
Brock is the man with the plan here.
There he is.
Yeah.
That's actually not too bad.
Yeah, he looks solid.
Mm-hmm.
His eyes match his little belt thing. It's good.
He's wearing
Well,
Aquaman's costume.
well, that's what you go for when you're picking a belt buckle. Does it match my eyes?
Yeah,
does it
makes
does it
sense to
bring
me.
out my eyes?
And his background, that made it pop a little.
Yeah, some stars or something. Why not?
But then we can swap over to Mr. Ursa Major.
Here he is.
The original undercard bum.
But now he's
Yep.
good.
But now the Titans have trained him.
Yep. He's actually got a pretty decent card.
It's not bad. I enjoy playing with it.
Hardworking guy, that Ursa Major.
He's so happy to be there.
He is. Look at that. You couldn't surgically remove the smile from his face.
No, that guy works harder than an ugly stripper on a Thursday night.
Looks kind of like Ronald Reagan.
Maybe he was an actor before he was a wrestler.
It could be.
I mean, he's got a double finisher.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a 0, but still,
But it's a double.
it's a double.
Trainer Jim did his best work here.
He did.
He's currently in my NGA, my mid Fed, and he's a Titan. I got him teaming up with Lord Nexus, or had he just because Nexus just retired. So now I think he's teaming up with Viper.
Okay.
I don't know if they were ever a team, but they're a team for me.
No, I don't think so.
He came in teaming with Nexus 4 years as Titan Wrestling.
It's a great name.
It is. Significant bump if we go out of the raw ratings. Jeff likes to point those out. His 2092 card was a -36 in singles and a -35 in tags. And then this card was a 25 in singles and a 34 in tag.
It's like a 50-point turnaround than a 60-point in tag.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge jump.
It is.
Yeah.
Trainer Jim doesn't get enough love for the work he did with that man.
Nope. Trainer Jim.
Yeah, for me, he still hasn't won any titles. But he's as you can see, a 50-point jump in your raw ratings is pretty damn big. I think it's the largest probably ever.
I don't
Pulsar
think,
Primes was up there too. I don't know if it was that significant.
I don't
though.
think Ursa Major really was with Lord Nexus that long. I think in the book, if you read the book, he was off and on again with Lord Nexus. He was more singles, at least in 2101. I can tell you that it says he's mostly singles.
Yeah.
I think that Lord Nexus was just around as an option for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was pretty much everybody had a tag team partner.
Yeah, I mean in 2099, which is what you're covering right now, yeah, they were absolutely a tag team. That's how they were introduced. But it was only a year or two later he was off on his own.
Mm-hmm. He gets another upgrade later on too.
He does 2109,
and then he gets a downgrade.
Yeah, so he was in GWF. Think about that from just his entry in 2092. He lasted until 2117.
Yep.
That's crazy. Ursa Major.
Major player.
It brings to light, like, do you think a guy like that, as long as he was in the Fed, because, if you watch WWF and stuff, they have guys like Coco Beware in the Hall of Fame. Does Ursa Major get a bid from GWF? Strictly on entertainment value.
Well, I don't know if he's captured his third card's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's 2109. And he's teaming with Scion Nexus apparently at that point.
Mm-hmm. Titan Attack.
Yep. He was only
And-
on 3 tag teams. They were all Titans started.
Yep.
Titan Wrestling, Titan Attack, and Titan Honor.
He was proud to be a Titan.
He
Oh.
was. Let's talk about, didn't he get a nose job? I mean, the original had a big nose.
He did.
yeah,
It was ginormous. I feel like he got a nose job. He got,
he had a huge nose. He had huge guns. Like his arms were huge.
Uh, this is
Yeah.
the only card that doesn't have a big nose, though.
Wavy hair.
yeah, he had long wavy hair originally.
Yeah.
Then he went to like a hard part here.
He did. And then he kept that, sort of.
For 10 years. Then he went to like a punk kind of look. Or maybe he was just balding.
Could be. I mean, he's probably 50 there.
Does it say how old he is or no?
No.
No.
And how long did he wrestle for? Like 30 years?
It was
25.
25.
That is quite the career.
It
Mhm.
is.
Not as long as Wolf.
No, nobody's ever
No.
going to catch Wolf, though.
Why do we gotta get Wolf in every episode?
Because he's the greatest of all time.
Oh, stop it.
He's
It's
not.
how we keep Jim Steele as one of our viewers.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi, Jim.
Oh, they got him again. They've said something about him.
Oh, man. Ursa Major likes to win by his wits to make up for what he lacks in size and power. As an opponent falls down to the mat, Ursa performs a lightning-fast cradle, hooking the opponent's legs in the process. It happens so fast that the referee's 1, 2, 3 count might come too fast for a kick out. It's
Ooh.
called appropriately the shotgun cradle and is an example of athleticism and skill over brawn and muscle. That's his
Pretty sketchy.
the shotgun cradle.
Yep.
It's like he's got the refs on his side. Do a
Yep.
quick 3 count.
They're
Sounds
biased
like it.
towards the Titans.
You read it here first.
Yep.
Ready here first. A lot of firsts tonight. That's the theme. It says, like Enigma, who was in the GWF at the time, Ursa Major has emerged as a young GWF star, making a name for himself. Give all the credit to trainer Jim. Ooh.
I do.
Most GWF managers looked the other way when Ursa Major entered the GWF a few years ago. But trainer Jim saw some potential despite all the embarrassing losses. Working closely with Lord Nexus and Pulsar Prime, Ursa Major has mastered basic wrestling skills and maneuvers. He's a master of the fast escape and lightning fast moves. How will he fare against his former rival Enigma? Ursa Major faces a feud against GWF veteran Mesmer. In addition to singles action, Ursa also has the honor of fighting side by side in tag action with his idol, Lord Nexus. As a team, they're called Titan Wrestling with the emphasis on the word wrestling, which would go great. And nowadays, you always hear that at like independent fed stuff, wrestling, when people are doing wrestling spots. Nexus and Major will give their opponents many headaches with their dedication to moves and counter moves. Ursa Major is not ashamed that he is an enthusiastic, hard-working young man. He's proud to fight by the rules and eager to show the heart, not size, makes a successful athlete.
Nice. It also looks like he's like working at the local medical facility there to clean the bathroom.
Nice scrubs.
I'm just realizing this.
Rubber
Why do
glove.
so many GWF wrestlers wear gloves? Like,
'Cause they
there's
look
a
cool.
surprising amount that wear gloves.
Maybe the aliens are slimy.
Could be.
Like, if you look back in the card, there's at least probably I think 1 or 2 guys in every set wearing gloves.
I mean, who really wore gloves in wrestling? I mean, Undertaker, obviously.
Yeah.
But outside of that, I mean, we had like black glove DiBiase, but that wasn't used in the same way.
I think Gorgeous George wore some gloves,
Maybe he didn't want to touch people.
some long white ones. And yeah, he did the whole.
See, I can't think of a lot of wrestlers that had gloves like that. Adam Bomb,
Yeah.
he had gloves.
He did. They sold them.
What?
Didn't they have them? Weren't they merch you could buy?
I don't know. I thought you meant they sold them to like the $1 million corporation.
No, at the merch stand.
I gotta give me some Adam Bomb gloves if that's the thing.
Yeah, we'll look later.
But that's one thing I noticed. Why so many gloves?
That is a great question for Tom.
I am, yeah. Gonna add that to the. I'm gonna add it right now.
Write it down. Don't forget it. I want to know why so many gloves. Is it
The Adam
colder?
Bomb gloves were cool. They were like
Okay.
iron worker gloves.
You're looking them up right now, aren't you? I was just trying to think of wrestlers with gloves. That's the second person I thought of after Undertaker. So this
Yeah.
time, folks, if you're watching in the comments, wrestlers with gloves. I'm interested.
I mean, the fingerless gloves were a thing in the 90s.
Yeah, that's different. I'm talking about like these were. They look like you're gonna go clean a bathroom, like you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
It's time to do the dishes, and I don't want to get my hands all
And
greasy.
his first card had the same gloves.
They did. I think he kept the gloves his entire career.
Hey, you're gonna make me look again.
Which is
Yeah, he
just
did.
weird.
Yep.
He did.
I think the final version of the gloves was a little bit better.
Yeah, they're like biker
2115.
gloves.
Yeah. But yeah, the gloves were there. They're there to stay. Maybe he has something wrong with his hands, or maybe he's had some kind of injury and he doesn't want to show them.
He's
Could
got
be.
eczema.
Not everybody is a hand model.
It's true.
Hand models are built differently than those other jocks.
It's true. Ursa Major.
Who knew he'd be so interesting?
He is. I like his pocket T-shirt the best, though. I think
Well, it's that and or the
turtleneck.
the not, I don't even know it's it's a bodysuit that comes right up to his neck.
Man. It is like a dark green, like it matches his pants.
It's just
But
weird.
it clashes with his shirt big time. I think it is a bodysuit. I think it's a bodysuit.
Well, where's his shirt tucked into?
But why does he need a belt if it's a bodysuit? And what's going on behind him? Is that fireworks?
It is.
All right. It's not dandelions being blown in the wind or anything.
It could be that too, I guess. Clean the bathroom.
Ursa Major makes me so happy. I think that's what he's supposed to do. He's a smiling, happy guy.
He's putting in his time. Instead of putting up the ring crew, he's cleaning up after the ring crew.
Time to go to work. The show's over. I know. How can you not root for that guy? He's got to win a title at some point.
Yeah.
Not all heroes wear capes.
But they do wear gloves.
They do. If they weren't yellow, it wouldn't be as bad.
Why yellow? Oh man.
So how do you power creep Ursa Major?
I went first last time. I'll let somebody else go first.
Okay, I'll go. So I went last. I'm gonna give, because he's got a double finisher. I'm gonna go 0+2.
Okay.
I mean,
Shotgun Cradle's gonna be wicked fast.
I was initially thinking making him more like Chaos and giving him a third Shotgun Cradle, because I mean it's so fast.
You can do it so often. I'm gonna drop his pin down to 5-2.
Oh.
For some reason, talking about how fast he is, it just reminds me of Christopher Walken. I don't know if you've ever seen Kevin Pollux do his impression of Christopher Walken.
Yep.
Yeah, he says, Frankenstein doesn't scare me because he's slow. Marsupials scare me because they're fast. Like, I feel like that's Ursa Major would scare him. He's fast.
He is.
They got me on a whole nother thing. I'm looking at Pulsar right now, the original Pulsar with his gloves. At least he dropped them on a second part. I'm trying to think of who else had gloves. Vanity didn't he?
Vanity had gloves.
Of course, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't want to touch anybody. You
fashion statement.
Star Warrior had gloves.
Miscreants.
Yeah, Star Warrior had gloves.
Now,
Wolf did
wait,
not have
now,
gloves.
wait. Vanity's first set of gloves had the holes so you could have his fingers out. That second set did not.
Phantos
Now,
had gloves.
that brings another question, though: is did the guys wear the gloves continuously through the match, or is that just their ring gear?
It's hard to say.
I mean, I guess it's up to you, promoter. But I really don't know.
These are great questions for Tom.
Sir Ender rocking the gloves, at least the first time.
So many. That's what I said. I noticed. I'm like, so many guys wearing gloves.
It's true. The squeaky mouse, I'm sorry.
Not hearing it.
Okay, good. Because it's obnoxious.
Star Warrior started with gloves. Technically, it's 2083 with the EC did not have them. But he did go back to them as Avenging Warrior 2090 and the 2098. We don't see the arms, the hands in 2105.
He probably did.
You're going to assume he still had the gloves on because he dropped the sleeves.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he didn't have sleeves in 2087 either. It was pretty much He-Man. But he did have gloves. I'm so confused. If anyone has any knowledge of what percentage of GWF wrestlers wear gloves, maybe do it by set basis. If you could chime in, it'll give you a little project to do by next week's episode.
Yeah.
Can we
can
get a
bring you on
pie
the
chart
show.
with it?
We'll bring you on the show and you can talk about your findings.
Yeah.
You have to have all kinds of graphs and charts
We need a GWF glove historian.
Yeah.
If you're interested in the position, hit us up on LinkedIn. I think we could set you up. Search for any jobs in 2087-ish. I'm interested now. I need to know.
I don't think it's as many as you would think. There's a lot.
Sly
But
Drury had gloves. I'm on a kick now. I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight, guys.
there you go. We got something.
I'm just gonna have different wrestlers going through my head. Like, did he have gloves?
You're gonna have to go through every picture and just make a note.
I'll be on. I'm gonna have to call off work tomorrow. I'll be on the wiki, looking at all Champions of the Galaxy characters.
You never see Bounty Hunter's hands.
A spreadsheet. A spreadsheet is coming. But did you see Killing Machines?
Well, he was in a bodysuit.
But did the bodysuit have gloves?
It did.
I think it did. Okay. So for our topic of the week, our Mount Rushmore, since it's nearing Christmas time, we're going to do our top 4 favorite Christmas movies. And then you can add, a fifth one, a little statue at the bottom of the hill.
Okay.
So, anybody want to go first? Okay, I'll go first.
You've got the Santa hat on. I can't compete with that. I am not that prepared.
So I was discussing this one time with Brock's wife a little while ago when she talked about Christmas movies, and I said, I love Christmas movies. I watch one a day from the 24th of November to the 24th of December. And I have some of my favorites, and I try new ones every year. And some of the new ones I've tried this year just haven't been working out.
Do not watch Candy Cane Lane. I just watched that one.
Yeah, watched it last night. That's
me too. We were watching at the same time.
That's
together.
Probably, maybe, but we definitely watched it the same day.
Yep.
That is awful. It was not a good one.
No, it's becoming a do not watch this one.
Yeah.
I watched another one, Genie, with
I saw that one. I haven't watched it yet.
And then Best Christmas Ever. No, skip that one too.
Haven't seen that one. I saw them announce that it was out on Netflix.
And Don't Sleep Till Christmas. That's barely a Christmas movie.
But they don't want you to sleep till then. And then on Christmas, how's it going to cover Christmas? You're sleeping.
But my favorite all time. But I'll start from, I do have a ranking. So I'm going to put Klaus
That's a good one. The Netflix one, the animated one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really good. I just saw that for the first time last year.
it's great.
I don't think I've ever watched that one. 2019, Klaus.
Put it on your list, Jeff.
It's
I'll
very
have
good.
to.
It is. And then two or more of the adult ones. Bad Mom's Christmas. My God, I laughed so hard at that movie.
I don't think I've seen that one. I saw a bad. There was a movie before that though, right? That was
There's
just
Bad
Bad
Moms
Moms.
1 and Bad Moms 2.
I saw Bad Moms, the very first, and nah.
Yeah. And Bad Moms Christmas. Oh, I couldn't stop laughing. And then another one, The Night Before.
Now, does that count as a Christmas movie? That's more of a Halloween movie.
No. Not Nightmare Before Christmas, just The Night Before.
Oh, I was gonna say because they
Nightmare
sing
Before
this
Christmas
is
is still a
Halloween.
Christmas movie too.
Yeah, they sing this is Halloween. They don't see this as
That's because they
Christmas.
live in Halloween Town.
You don't need to explain it to me. I get it.
Clearly, I do.
So this, what was the name of your? Sorry, Mike. I'm derailing it.
The Night Before.
The Night Before.
You can Google it now.
I'm
Seth
looking them up.
Rogen.
Oh, you lost me there.
The guy who plays Falcon.
Oh yeah, Papa
Anthony
Doc.
Mackie.
Yeah.
Papa Doc.
Anthony Mackie.
He got a beef with Eminem. He's in trouble.
And
The Night Before. I gotta look. This 2015 film.
yeah,
I
it's
think
funny.
I tried to watch it. I am not a Seth Rogen fan. Him and James Franco just don't do it for me.
Yeah, but James Franco's not in the movie.
He is too. Literally listed as the fifth person in the cast.
Really?
He's not one of the three main characters.
Oh no. He is in it. He is in it.
Yeah.
He shows up for like
He's
two
always
minutes.
in it. It's a Seth Rogen movie.
Yeah, for like 2 minutes right at the end of the movie.
And you think it's a shame because I do like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I do like Anthony Mackie.
And
But
Michael, he's one of the subtle main characters. Michael, he was Zod in the Star Wars movies.
Shannon.
Michael Shannon. He's a great actor.
I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I like Anthony Mackie, but I think I tried to watch The Night Before, and Seth Rogen. It doesn't do it for me. Very few and far between with him.
And then my all-time favorite, Miracle on 34th. Either version. I watch them both.
I thought this topic was going to be kind of boring. I don't like anything you like.
And then my little statue at the bottom, my almost made it. It either comes down to either Love Actually or Noel.
Both of those are pretty good.
Yeah, we're just not the same person. I don't think I've seen Noel, and I know I've never watched Love Actually. I know that's a Christmas movie and it's really popular, and I see scenes from it and I'm like, oh, that's Love Actually, but I've just never watched it.
Noel's on Netflix too. No, it's on Disney.
Disney Plus.
Yeah.
It was their launch movie for Disney Plus.
Watch it with the family. It's a good movie. Good family movie. With you and your 14 kids. You can watch it.
I don't know, man. Your recommendations right now are not high on my list right here.
You and your basketball team can
Yeah.
Watch Klaus and then Noel.
Yeah, Klaus is good. It's a different take on the whole Santa Claus mythos.
Yep.
Wait a second. The Santa Claus what?
Yeah.
Hey Jeff. So what are your top four?
Man, mine are pretty basic. I mean, Christmas Vacation is my all-time favorite. Obviously,
Lame.
one. It's the one I quote the most. It's bend over and I'll show you. I wasn't talking to you. Anyway, that's my go-to. That's the one I like the most. Sorry, I know I'm not so deep like you guys in your Christmas movies. I like basic ones. I like the original Grinch. I think that's my favorite cartoon Christmas movie. I know it's short. Does it count as a movie if it's only like 35, 40 minutes?
It counts.
It counts.
I mean, the songs, the movie itself, I just love it. They've made 2 more adaptations of it, and the Jim Carrey one was and the newer one I can deal with, but they made the Grinch kind of soft.
Yeah, it's more of his redemption than it is his like heel turn.
Yeah, so I like the original Grinch. I like Elf and Home Alone both. I don't that does that really count though? I feel like if
Why
I put
wouldn't
those four on there,
They count.
I mean, I
they
watch
count?
all those every year.
One of those is on my list, in fact.
Yeah, I mean, those are probably my top four that I watch every year, no matter what. I also watch Fred Claus every year if you're looking for something a little bit out of the norm. I think it's hilarious. I like Vince Vaughn. But no, I guess my Mount Rushmore would have been those first four. Christmas Story's too overplayed.
It is.
I liked it years ago, but then
The more I watch him, like it's just not that good.
No.
it was at one point, but they overdid it.
Yeah.
If it was a once a year type of movie, that's fine. But when they do 24 hours on TNT, and
Yeah.
I already mentioned before we got on here my honorable mention, Daddy's Home too, just because I think it's hilarious and it's all around Christmas, and it's got as a wrestling fan, it's got John Cena in it, and I like that.
Well, I
Definitely
got
was
one for
awesome.
wrestling
And
fans.
I like John Lithgow. I think he's hilarious, and Mel Gibson's pretty good. So yeah, I'd say Daddy's Home 2 is my mini trophy that on that list. Those are the ones I watch the most frequently. I got to be honest. I mean,
I've watched it a couple times.
at my house we watch a lot of different Christmas movies, mainly the Hallmarks and similar, because that's what my wife likes. But yeah, I just laugh at those because they're so funny. But we watch them. We watch a lot of Christmas movies every year from pretty much Thanksgiving on. We try to watch a lot of them. We just watched the Santa Clauses, and I don't really care for those,
I
but
hate those.
we watched them recently. I'm telling you, man,
They're my wife's favorite. I can't stand Tim Allen, so
my one that was acceptable for this year from the Hallmark variety was that Christmas at Notting Hill. The guy was a star soccer player. The girl didn't realize it because she was from America, and the whole story was actually pretty decent. That's my Hallmark movie nod for the year. I'll
that's
give
the
that
plot
one.
of Love Actually. It's
That
a
one was
ripoff.
decent to watch. You're a ripoff. I'll lose you and Love Actually in the shuffle. All right, Brock, what do you got for us?
All right, I'll try and build I'll put number 4, or my fourth one, as Santa's Sleigh, starring Bill Goldberg. It's a
There's
holiday
no way
classic.
that's in your Mount Rushmore.
It is.
It's
Great.
not. You just threw it in there to be
No,
funny.
it's real. I've done this list before on other podcasts. Look it up. Next I'll say Love Actually. It's good. Not one you can watch with the family, but definitely a solid movie.
So that's 2 in a row you can't watch with the family.
Exactly. The next one, Home Alone, the original.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of the sequel.
So
Or
second one wasn't bad.
but it's hardly a Christmas movie.
Third one they completely jumped the
Yeah.
shark, and
Yeah.
They have
anything
like a fourth and a fifth now or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, now in a TV series now
And
too.
the most recent one that they had on Disney Plus, you don't even want to root for the kid. He's an awful kid. Like, why would I root? I'm pretty sure, and I don't remember. I tried to watch it. I think he breaks into someone's house, like the kid does.
I've never seen it,
And
so.
I'm not gonna root for him. But anyway, go ahead.
And then my number one favorite Christmas movie that I have to watch every year, Jingle All the Way.
It's not bad.
It's my favorite. So that has a wrestler in it too. Big Show's in that.
If I
The
can get
very
you,
young Paul White is in that movie.
if I can get you a Turbo Man, I'll make it happen.
But the Sinbad was comedy gold in that movie.
So you could have stopped at Sinbad as comedy gold.
It's true. I
You
love
had
that
me
movie.
at Sinbad.
I never watched the second one with Larry the Cable Guy. I just don't. I think it was blasphemous that was ever made.
Not Ernest
I
Goes to
actually
Christmas.
appreciate that.
Ernest
Brit.
Saves Christmas.
No,
If you'd had Ernest Scared Stupid, maybe for a Halloween movie, or Ernest Goes to Camp.
Now I did try to watch the Medea Christmas movie.
mhm.
I
Okay.
made it about 5 minutes in and went, no, I gotta stop this. This is
So one thing that I think is the worst Christmas movie,
Well,
special, whatever.
First, I wanted your mini trophy.
Oh, my mini trophy.
Yeah, then go
I
into your
had it, but I
worst.
just lost it.
We'll go to your worst then.
your
Rudolph the
honorable mention.
Red-Nosed Reindeer. is the absolute worst holiday special of all time. All it does is glorify bullying. On the other
Doesn't
four,
glorify. He's the victor in it all. You root
yeah.
for him. It doesn't glorify
Oh,
it.
he's different, and his own father makes him hide his disability or whatever it is, his red nose, puts
Yeah,
coal over it, sends him away, won't let him
but
play
it
in the
doesn't
game.
glorify bullying. If anything, it shows it as a negative.
No, Santa Claus. They didn't want anything to do with this guy until they
No,
needed him.
Santa Claus.
They tossed him aside like garbage, and then when they needed him, all of a sudden he was the best. No, Rudolph. He shouldn't. This on my other podcast. My friend Dawn and I break this down every year. We think that Rudolph should have come back to that workshop with the snow monster and just laid waste to everybody.
He
Teach
did
them
come
all a
back with the
lesson.
snow monster.
And that's
Yeah,
how
but-
Santa's sleigh was made.
Exactly. No, not as a friendly snow monster. We went with the teeth.
Yeah, but what's his name? Removed all the teeth.
Exactly. We bring him back with the teeth. Teach Santa a lesson,
Well,
not to bully him.
So I never liked the Rudolph. I understand what you're saying. I don't think it glorifies bullying.
It definitely does.
But that was like in the same vein of like the Island of Misfit Toys. Like they're like one and the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what was the Hermie the dentist
Yeah.
was his name, right?
And I think dentist was a euphemism for something else.
Wow, we really struck a nerve here with Brock. So tell me about this, Brock. Let me just lay back on the couch. Let's talk about this.
No. We've talked about it too much. We've given too much glory to this horrible bully praising,
You brought it up.
bully encouraging. I just wanted to get my public message out for the
Okay,
year.
well, you did that.
That-
At least yours were entertaining. Mike's were your picks are. We are not going to hang out at Christmas time from Thanksgiving to Christmas. So I'm talking about American Thanksgiving. I don't even know what you guys have. We're not hanging out, Mike. I've got my own list of movies.
what's your worst Christmas movie then, Jeff?
Dude, I've watched so many of those bad Christmas movies. How do you even pick one? Right now,
Mine would
Candy
be-
Cane Lane because I just watched it yesterday.
It's fresh.
Mine would be It's a Wonderful Life.
I don't like that either. It's boring.
And people don't realize it, but the bad guy wins.
He does.
He
totally
robs the
does.
bank. He robs,
He gets away.
steals everybody's money, and then gets away with it.
And that's how the Grinch should have ended.
The Grinch. I mean, the Grinch had some good ideas.
He had a vendetta.
See, there you can go down the rabbit hole with that too. Like he could be like the anti-commercialism of what Christmas has become. The Grinch.
He's the true Christmas spirit.
He is.
Oh gosh, Brock, we've lost you.
No, I'm telling you, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is bullied by Santa himself and his own father.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I still don't think they glorified it. I think if anything, they made it look bad.
How?
Ooh,
Uh,
I just
but-
noticed.
Before we sign things off, I was going to say I was just on the a couple weeks ago. I was on the St. Louis Blues fan forum
Mhm.
for their podcast, and I got to talk St. Louis Blues hockey. So if anybody wants to hear me on that, just ramble on about hockey.
I just want to point out something because I was looking up worst Christmas movies because that's what I do. I'm your data guy.
Statistician.
Noel was number 20 on the worst Christmas movies of all time.
Where's Santa's sleigh fall?
Fred Claus is number 15. Let's see. Your Tyler Perry's Medea Christmas is number 13. Let's see here. Jingle All the Way is number 9.
What?
I swear, this is Rotten Tomatoes. So don't get mad at me. I'm just the data guy right now.
Glorifies bullying.
Yeah, the critics' consensus was Arnold Schwarzenegger tries his best, but Jingle All the Way suffers from an uneven tone, shifting wildly from a would-be satire on materialism to an antic slapstick yuck fest.
What are the top 3 worst?
I'm getting there. Number 3 is Deck the Halls with Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick. Number 2 is
I saw
Christmas
that.
with the Cranks.
Yeah, I can
That's
see that's another Tim Allen one.
Tim Allen, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Dan Aykroyd. The Nutcracker is the number 1 all-time worst Christmas movie according to Rotten Tomatoes.
I I'll give him that.
Elle Fanning, Nathan Lane, John Turturro.
That version of it.
Yeah.
They just
Christmas
did
in
one.
Vienna is a dull affair for 9-year-old Mary until her beloved Uncle Albert arrives. I don't know. I've never even seen that one. I will say that the Fanning girls I find kind of annoying.
Hell.
One, isn't that Dakota's sister?
Mhm.
Yeah, I find them kind of annoying. Man, Rotten Tomato.
But okay, we should wrap this here up for our
We
2-year
Sorry.
we don't
anniversary.
want
And we
Jeff to
went on
start
so many
reading again.
tangents.
Hey, I just learned to read. Don't be knocking it.
We're
I
gonna bully
appreciate you.
Jeff.
I appreciate you all not glorifying Brock's bullying of me right now. But just know that if he needs me, I'll be there for him, just like Rudolph was there for all of you on that fateful foggy night. He didn't
Santa would have nothing to do with him. His own father.
He didn't send the abominable snowman
Was it
monster or
Donner?
whatever.
Was Donner the deadbeat dad that sent his kid away?
Yukon Eric making the save.
Yeah. Those are the real heroes of Christmas, not Santa Claus.
He's in the game, Yukon Eric. He
Yukon
kind of is,
Cornelius.
right?
He is.
We're tying it all back.
He's good friends with he's actually brothers with Yukon Cornelius. Little known fact.
You heard it here first. That's the theme of the day.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to this dribble.
Please tune back in the next
Yeah.
week.
We'll be better next
We'll
week.
be better.
I'm gonna get on a soapbox about something every week now.
We're
About
just gonna
something
put it.
completely irrelevant.
We need a little quarter. You know what really grinds my gears?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Oh, I got stuff that grinds my gears like that, but it ain't that. So, all right, do your thing.
All right, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. While you're here, scroll on down to the description below where you can find all our friends who make Filsinger Games related content, including the official Filsinger Games podcast, Roll Up, the Legends team's Uncharted Territory, Dizzy Dice from Lee Lamprey, the Filsinger Games fan cast from Grant. Here on YouTube, we also find Grant's solo promoter, Dave Little's Heartland Championship Wrestling, After Further Review, and Brad Plays 81. Check all of them out. I'm on Twitch. Hopefully have my computer back soon so I can do some live Champions of the Galaxy on Sunday nights. Probably do a lot of catch up once I do get my computer back. So stay tuned for that. The Illustrios card that we talked about earlier, available at BrocsterBuilds.com.
That's quite the tongue.
Look at that
Gene
green slime on it and
Simmons'
everything.
Yeah, Gene Simmons through the Transevolver.
And if you agree with me that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer does nothing but glorify bullying, please leave a comment below. And otherwise, happy holidays, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Later.